Hey, what a flippity flop though! This is Stranger or Big Moose, and we're here with the Huddy Stream. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is the Faltarian Journal. We're calling it the Huddy Stream. We got the special guest. We got the marketing manager in the house from Strange Matter Studios for Fault. Huddy, please introduce yourself.
Wow, that's a lot of energy. Good evening, everyone. How are you?
I'm super fantastic. As always, guys, we are here with the co-host Gotta Get Swole and SA Reed, the duo, the brothers from Canada. SA and Swole, please introduce yourselves.
Hey, yo. Welcome to the Huddy Stream. It's your boy SA Reed, best crunch man you'll ever see, baby. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, hello. Once again, here with another journal for you guys.
Awesome. And as always, guys, we always have some gameplay coming on up for everyone to see. The gameplay is quite old, however. We're talking about 4 months old, but it's all we got at the moment. Deliberately new gameplay once early access releases. So, as you guys can see on the screen there, we got 3 acts as usual. You got Act 1, we're calling it the Huddy Time, with his CS days, Counter-Strike days, his history with Paragon, why did he become a content creator? We also have the extra topic of the Strange Matter Studios giveaway as well. We got Act 2, we're calling it Fault Say What? And in that we got Fault. How'd you hear about it? The marketing, what does it mean to be a marketing manager for Strange Matter Studios, Fault, and early access. Extra topic, story from the HUD. And then Act 3, we got Can You Smell It? What do I mean by Can You Smell It? Can you smell Fault cooking? Can you smell Fault cooking? What does it smell like? We want to know. And you got Sound Guy. I heard Huddy, someone told me that Huddy is very really good with sound. I know he definitely has a Stream Deck, and he has a... Amazing.
I love it.
And then we have Dreams from Fault, and then we got competitive, and of course we always end it with the question and answer from the community. So, to kick it off, we'll get some gameplay there rolling for you guys. I hope you like Narbash, because I played a lot of Narbash in the Alpha 3 weekend. And let's get it rolling. So, Huddy, who are you?
Yes.
For everyone in the audience that is currently watching and listening in, who are you? Who are you?
Well, I'm a human being on this earth. No, I am the marketing manager for Strange Matter Studios. Trying to handle everything PR related, getting the word out there as much as I possibly can. Someone who just loves to play video games for a very long time, which borderline boomer status according to some of you young whippersnappers. But
It's
we won't talk about
the
that.
years of experience, the years of knowledge. Call it that.
The one thing we don't have on you, Huddy, the one thing I can say for certain, you got more wisdom than us. And that goes a long way, in my personal opinion.
Let's be real.
Alrighty, so you're the marketing manager for Strange Matter Studios. So let's go in. What is your journey with gaming? Where did you start, and how does it transition into CS, Counter-Strike, the original, and how does it transition into Fault or Paragon? My apologies.
Oh my God! Do you guys have 2 hours?
We
got
a
free,
bit.
so make it quick.
Gaming. Oh God, I've been gaming forever. I'm old enough to have owned an original Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 2. I had Game Genies. I had Sega Channel. If you see, a lot of you guys don't even know what that was. Worked my way all the way up. Played a lot of games. Half-Life is what originally got me into PC games. Half-Life and the original StarCraft. Started going from there and just started playing more and more games. From Half-Life, what got me into competitive gaming was a game called Team Fortress Classic. That was pretty much the predecessor to TF2. And then, just kept going from there, man. Ran a LAN center, 3 LAN centers up here in Connecticut. Had some pretty huge Counter-Strike tournaments with close to 60 teams.
Wow.
A little LAN center. It was pretty cool. Good times. I don't
Have
know if
you
that's the information you're looking for, but
have you
Yeah.
always been like a more of a like going to LAN events and whatnot is a big thing, but would you consider yourself always having been more of a like solo player, like you're someone that really wants to focus in on like your own gaming, or have you always been really invested in like group settings in gaming? Like has that always been a big drive for you in games?
always community, man. Always community driven. Always playing with people, meeting people, doing other stuff with people. Like when we ran the LAN centers, we had our tournaments were going so well that other LAN centers were hiring us to go run their tournaments up in Massachusetts and New York. So we started traveling up and down New England, running tournaments for other people.
Wow.
I actually flew out to Dallas, Texas back in the summer, was it 2002 or 2003, for a LAN event called CPL. It was a Counter-Strike tournament, and it was the first tournament ever to have $1 million cash prize pool. And I got to cast that live. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life.
Wow. I did not know that. That's actually amazing. So, Honey, you're a caster as well, in a sense.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit. I used to cast Team Fortress Classic tournament games. Then I went to Counter-Strike games and Counter-Strike Source games. And then it kind of took a back seat for a while. Real life got in the way. I opened up a DJing business. And I was DJing all the time, and I couldn't be around for the weekends. And ironically, what got me back into casting after close to 10 years of not doing it anymore was a game called Paragon. Some of you guys might have heard of.
Yeah, it might be on my list as favorite game of all time at the moment.
Might have heard of it once or twice.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
Paragon?
Yeah, that's,
So how did you discover Paragon?
on my PlayStation store, I saw this cool looking dude. I'm like, what's that big dude with the shield? Watched the trailer, downloaded it, and got hooked. Back when early Legacy days, like I remember Chimera release video, but that's
Wow.
that's another story.
Wow. So you literally just went on the PlayStation store, saw this game called Paragon by Epic Games, said, we're going to give it a try. Did you know it was a MOBA when you first tried it out?
No, sir, I didn't even really know what a MOBA was.
Wow.
Jeepers.
And then I just slowly got more and more hooked, started meeting different people. It's actually what got me on Discord too. Going on to Reddit and learning about what Discords were, because back when I was doing it back in the day, it was a program called IRC or MIRC, and we used TeamSpeak for voice chat. There was no integrated voice comms.
Wow. Yeah, that's one thing. Well, we've mentioned this a few times, and like we know Discord does the trick, but I come from Call of Duty myself, and I grew up with game chat, right? Like the MW2 Call of Duty lobbies back in the day, they were crazy. There was a lot of vulgarity in the lobbies. We gotta admit to that, of course. But
True Wild West.
yeah, it was definitely the Wild West. But
2000.
But it was super fun to have the game chat. And now we have Discord, which you can have on literally everything, and it's literally better than any game chat I've ever had.
Convenient to have it nowadays.
Yeah, it's very. If you're a gamer, you might want to consider having Discord somewhere. Yeah.
It's a great platform. I'm still surprised it's free.
Yeah, me too, actually. Me too. So moving forward there, so why did you decide to become a content creator, and when did you start creating content on Twitch?
On Twitch, Paragon, my man.
Okay.
Paragon, I was like, oh, I want to start doing this again, because when I used to cast in the early 2000s, it used to be called shoutcasting. It was more of a radio type deal show, and used a program called Winamp. And I used to do it. And then with Paragon, again, with the PlayStation 4, it automatically integrated it into Twitch for you. I don't know if you guys remember that when PlayStation first came out. It's like, oh, create a Twitch account.
Oh, yes. They
And
let you,
it
stream.
it went from there. And then I started seeing these content creators. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. So me running the LAN center centers back in the day, I'm like, I'm going to build a new computer for this.
Yeah.
Built a computer, started streaming, and then from there went into organizing the leagues. Like that's where we got the Paragon Fight Night League started, where we had season 2 was incredible. We had all the big teams playing, which was fun.
I heard you did the Paragon Fight Night. When did you start doing Paragon Fight Night in Paragon's lifespan? Was it Legacy? Was it Monolith? Was it New Dawn or Version 42, as some might know it?
It was definitely Monolith. It died in Version 42 once the announcement season 2 was going.
Yeah.
Which was upsetting because we had 5 of the top 8 teams in the world playing in it too.
Wow.
We had 28 teams. We had 6 teams in the Pro League, and then 12 in the Semi-Pro League, and then whatever the math is after that in the Amateur League. And it was pretty cool because if you won the Semi-Pro League, you got bumped up into the Pro League for the next season.
Wow.
So it was growing. That was fun. We did it every Thursday night.
That's awesome. I actually remember watching it back in the day. It was awesome, right? Like I always followed the competitive scene. I've never been that great at it when it came to any kind of MOBA. Paragon being my first MOBA as well. And but I loved watching it. I used to get really, really excited whenever Phasma streamed. For anyone that knew who Phasma was, the really big support on Arctic Wolves and Team Oxygen. Yeah, I was a big fan of him. So why did you decide to create Paragon Fight Night, and how did you go about doing that? Like, how does that kind of stuff start?
Well, I saw other tournaments being ran. I didn't necessarily agree with some of the other content creators and how they were running it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started saying I'm going to fund my own. Found a sponsor that was going to give $300 to start the original league. Drafted up the rules. Started building a team. And then it went to a point where we had to cap it because we just had too many people to start with. Too many teams for the first season, and we wanted to iron everything out. And then Power combined with Power Gaming with Ray Zetnam. We combined forces, and then Sylphin came on board, and it just went from there.
Okay, awesome. And so you brought Sylphin on board? Was it just you and Sylphin that ran the league back in Paragon?
No, it was a whole team. It was a whole team that put it together. Ray was a big part of it. He had a couple people with him. Octones did a lot of the back end work, doing all the tracking. I did the casting. We had a couple mods that ran everything to make sure no drama.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zero tolerance. Like just nope, in or out. Read the rules. It's your one rule, and you're done.
Okay, that's actually really interesting. I always make like a little list of all this stuff, right, for every journal, just to make sure that there's always content and to move it along and all that stuff. And I never put down. I put down the Paragon Fight Night because I did know you did it, but I never put down the team, how it started, all this stuff. So this is actually all brand new to me. I've never heard about it. What is just out of curiosity, what was some of the stuff? What do you? How am I going to word this? Was there anything you found difficult about running a community league and a community tournaments, like teams not showing up on time, for example, toxicity, dropping players last second?
One of the things that we did is for team show up, it was Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And people are all like, oh, it's not going to work. Then you said, don't join the league. And if you forfeit more than 2 matches, you're out. I mean, were there forfeits? A little bit here and there because like no one wanted to play any of the big teams. You know, like when Jay Leo's crew rolled up, people are like, oh, man.
Yeah. Team Reborn or Triangle Formation, as some may know them.
But it was just very clear, sticking to it, man. A lot of it is just you just have to stick to your guns, set the rules, but make sure it's clear, and tell people they have to register. And if they're not there, they're out. And you do, because as soon as you allow people to start switching times, that's when you get a lot of issues. People not showing up because people can't agree and stuff. And it's the biggest thing is it was a lot of work that run it, but it also ran itself in a lot of aspects in the way of with the rules being set, the timelines being set, teams knew what to do, everything was in Discord organized.
Mhm.
It was just more following up, and then you answer a couple problems after week 2 or 3. So
Okay,
it's,
yeah, that's been something I've been contemplating too, because we're going to be doing our own league with Fault Hub Network there, and we're getting down and we're just about to start creating like our own rule book and everything, just like a temporary rule book, of course. And that was one thing we said is like, should we have any kind of leniency? Should we not? So for me personally, I love hearing about your experience with stuff like that, because it's actually going to help me and the rest of the team in making a decision on what to do and how hard the rules should be. And you're just saying, just this is the time, these are the rules. Because the second you start making leniency, the way I thought about it, let's say every team showed up 10 minutes late. Well, the second you have more than 6 teams, you're now an hour late. You know what I mean?
It almost seems. I mean, it's because I'm sure people can look at, the internet and video games as not being like real life stuff, but I think like you're kind of bringing up, Huddy, is like it's kind of about the accountability and just like, I don't know, being an adult and being like, all right, let's just do this, right, and commit to it and actually try and get it done. And so what Stranger and Fault Hub are going to be trying to do, it really is that whole thing of, if you want to be a part of it, be a part of it. And having that transition from like, you wouldn't just show up to your job 15 minutes late every shift and expect to still have it, or at least be respected by like your coworkers or your boss or something like that, right? So
the biggest thing we try to entice on all the teams and all the competitions is be respectful of each other.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't be respectful, you don't have a place in my league. I'll find someone else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
And that's huge. Like that's something that I feel like should really be encouraged by a community around a thing, because you're just
And stick to it.
Yeah.
You're going to have people to get angry with you because they're like, oh, we're going to be 20 minutes late. If the other team says no, it's okay. You forfeit. GG.
Yeah. Simple as that, yeah. And because I don't know if you've ever heard of Game Battles, Huddy. That's on that they have a 15-minute rule, and it's only if the other team agrees to it. And if they don't agree, that's it. You just forfeit. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, we used to give 10-minute leniency to get everyone on, get in, because real life does happen.
Yeah,
right. It does happen.
It does.
Like, look at me. I was 5 minutes late. I got called
sometimes
out.
Your kid throws up. Sometimes your car catches on fire. You know what I mean? You got to deal with that stuff.
Sometimes you have to reset the router. Let's be real.
That's happened before too, right? Stuff does happen. Yeah, I can agree to that. So how do you moderate trash talk? Because would you agree that trash talk is like an inherent part of the game, or is it just, if it's in game, it's in game to a certain extent, but once it's out of the game, it's no longer trash talk, it's just being insulting to a person? Well, what's your opinion on that?
What we did is we always fell in line with what for Paragon and Counter-Strike, what their rules were, right? It's like, be respectful of the other team, don't say anything, because if someone just keeps typing in chat that you stink, you suck, you stink, you suck, you're trash, you can always turn off all chat and ignore it, right?
Yeah.
As soon as any racism or bigotry or threatening, that's different. But if it's just general trash talk, we look the other way, because you can just turn it off.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that's a question that's actually come up before. We actually had one journal, this was months ago there now, where we actually spent a whole hour talking about that. We're not going to go deep dive into it, but we agreed, me, Swole, and Essay, that trash talk in game without it being like discriminatory is a part of the game. You can just turn it off, mute the thing, but the second you just know when it's going too far, if that makes any sense. And once it goes too far, then that's it. You got to cut it right then and there. Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. So going forward, how did you get into marketing? What is your experience with that? Of course, you've ran these lands in the past, which I would argue is a very good point. But do you do anything? Have you ever done anything else with marketing, or is this kind of your first marketing manager experience there?
My 9 to 5 for the last 10 years have been a marketing manager.
Oh wow!
Not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn.
Go ahead.
This is the place to toot your own horn, Huddy. I want to hear it.
I won contest. I used to work for AT&T advertising. Out of the 7 years I was there, 5 years of it, I placed in the top 3% of the country of managing marketing, handling over $1 million of revenue a year, and growing it by on average 15% every year. So it was something that I got really into and migrated more and more into digital marketing with everything that was going on. And then I was lucky enough to be invited as a tester from the team for Strange Matter Studios. And then I saw that they're looking for a marketing manager. And I DM'd Fresher and Ryan. I'm like, yeah, here's my resume. Let me know. And they're like, all right, do you want it? I'm like, let's rock.
Wait. I don't want to make too much of a joke about this, but you DM'd Fresher and lived to tell the tale.
Listen, it was tough. I may have lost a little bit of weight from having my ass chewed out, but you know, I'm here. Because Fresher was just like, what the shit? When I messaged him, and it was like, you know,
no, God, no, God, please, no.
Sorry.
That was awesome. That was actually awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So far we've talked about your CS days. Ooh, we got a little error there. Hang on.
What do you think it means to be a marketing manager for Strange Matter, especially considering the transition from Paragon to Fault? Well, obviously not the company, but that whole idea of the player base now looking for something new to latch onto. What has this sort of experience been for you, if you could like sum it up somehow?
Exciting. Very exciting, because there's a lot of stuff I've seen that's being worked on that's not even going to be in EA that I think the community is going to fall in love with.
Sweet.
You guys hear that? We just
a lot of unique stuff is on the way. I really love how the team has because we're trying really hard not to be a Paragon remake.
Yeah.
And we've been like, if you notice, very little the marketing has ever said anything about Paragon or Epic released information, except for like the skins, because there was a lot of misinformation out there that we were charging for the skins that were released. So we're like, nope, here it is. Here it's free. Haha, shut up. But
just to attest on that, I don't know if you've ever been on Reddit there, Huddy. Well, Reddit is the Wild West, and someone actually made a post in the Paragon subreddit about how Fault is charging for Paragon skins, and not even 10 hours later, that it just so happened that's when Fault released all Paragon skins are going to be free. That did happen. So it might just be a coincidence, but you know, yeah, it also may not. And I know you can't talk on that, but that's just something I wanted to bring up that I did notice, of course.
It honestly, it had nothing about the just big coincidence, because usually Balix is amazing. Balix does 90% of the artwork for any of the marketing stuff. I'm like, Balix, I need this and that and this. And he's like, that's not English. I'm like, make it happen. And then he comes out with something. But we usually try to plan it about a week in advance.
Yeah,
So a lot of the
absolutely.
marketing stuff is scheduled about a week in advance because can't do much more because everything is NDA. So it's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that was something I wanted to say. So you obviously have a lot of marketing experience. So we've already went into that. And what does it mean? Because Strange Matter obviously doesn't have $1 million. They're an indie company. The game's not even out yet. So
wait,
how
we don't have $1 million.
maybe you do. Maybe you do, and I just don't know it. But um, um,
Lied to, man. This is it's
um,
How do you
Give
waiting
me-
on the check
give
to
me
show
one
up? It'll show up. It'll next month. It'll show up next month.
how do you is it more difficult to market with less money to spend as well?
well, yes. I mean, you got to be careful with your money.
Yeah.
We have been advertising. We have spent a little bit of money. We haven't spent much at all. Because like marketing, there's different types of marketing. There's brand awareness,
Yeah.
there's call to action, and then there's like you're just going for clicks. And
Yeah.
so a lot of what we've been doing is just trying to get our information out there, trying to build our brand. And the best way I can compare it to is like, if you're American, everyone knows what McDonald's is, right? I mean,
Yeah.
well, almost everyone. McDonald's, you got the golden arches, like you know what that is, and that's what we're trying to turn Fault, so our logo into. Like it's gonna be the MOBA. It's gonna be the MOBA, right? Where LOL is gonna be gone, and it's gonna be Fault. That it's maybe that's because that's why you start a company, right? You want to be the biggest and the baddest.
Yeah. I'm actually one of those people, and you'll see me. I'm one of those people that you shoot for the moon, but if you miss, you hit the stars kind of person. I love to dream big personally. I think it's really important with a lot of stuff. Obviously, you have to be realistic to some extent, but to have those ambitions and to make them clear that this is what you wish it could go to if the opportunity arises one day, I think is huge. And I think working to that final goal, even though the goal may change over time, is super important in my opinion. That's something that I love, and you can see it right from the get-go. So for anyone that watched like the League of Legends documentary on Netflix or just knows about how their production started, you can see so many similarities between that and Fault, and you can see that the developers and the staff team over at Strange Runner Studios definitely have taken a note or two from Riot Games, because they're the most successful game ever, to be honest, right?
They are. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't think people realize how small of a studio we are. Also, like, there's a lot of people working on the game, but there's a lot of people like no one's getting paid.
Yeah.
This is volunteer. I mean, the stuff that we can't do, it has to get outsourced, and that's where the money's going. Like, into the marketing and like I can't like the amount of people that got brought in since the Indigo. I mean, we got someone working on all new lighting right now for the game.
Wow.
And it's card art's being done. Everything is.
You guys hear that?
Wait till you guys see how the new UI looks. Wait till you guys see it.
Oh
and that
my
was Balix.
goodness.
That was Balix, bro. Like
The man, the homie. Yeah, I mean, kind of wanting to just react to things you brought up. I mean, the whole idea of the Fault logo, which honestly, truly does look amazing, and comparing that to the LOL idea of what a MOBA is. I mean, I heard something earlier today that a guy myself, I'm a content creator too, and this thing I heard, it was some talking about how your greatest ideas often start out as jokes. It's something that maybe you don't really take serious, but that's the greatest thing is when you have this idea that you're so sure, oh, it's not that great of a thing, or oh, it won't be that big. But if it's something that you're not taking serious at first, it's because maybe no one else has thought of it yet. And then when you can take it and run with it and have so much faith in it and just believe in it, and it's something that you've created your own. I think that's a really big thing that Strange Matter is doing, and what you guys are accomplishing. And it's going to be a great story when the game does become bigger than League of Legends, because if it's anything like Paragon, and I have an inkling that it will be better, just because I've always been a person that when someone's working on a game and they're wanting obviously to make money, but there's so much passion behind it, and there's a community that gets listened to. I think that was always a big problem with Paragon. I think of what Fault could become, and honestly, it becoming bigger than some of the biggest games. It could happen, but I think that idea of having those crazy ideas, or let's try this, let's do that, and having faith and running with it, I think is a really important thing that should be reflected in all the decisions. So I think that's awesome.
Because we've definitely talked about that in the past, that right from one of the first journals we ever did, that's the biggest thing that stood out. Yet obviously with any type of video game, you want to make money. That's the point of a business, but it's the fact that you can see the passion in everything they do, and you can tell it is definitely a passion project. That's just definitely what's gravitated me towards this project.
I see the soon TM
In chat?
in chat right now, and guys, very soon.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
You got a Mortal Kombat Toasty shout out on your little soundboard? Toasty.
I don't, but I do. I just don't know where it's bound.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure I've heard it before.
But I will tell you very soon.
Sick, man.
Very we should be announcing it very soon.
Very soon. So I don't want to go too. You know what? I'm going to save my question for later. When we're ready. So another question I got for you is: Fault is obviously built upon the bones of Paragon. Fault obviously has a bit of competition out there. We're not going to talk about that, but we all know it's there. So, and you did mention already, Fault is trying to not be a Paragon remake. When you're trying to market to the demographic, are you trying to hit everyone, or are you trying to target that old fans of Paragon demographic more so at this moment in time?
Well, we got to grab more than just the old fans of Paragon, right? Because
you do.
Paragon failed. I hate to say it. Do I think it would have failed if Fortnite didn't blow up the way it did? No, I think it was growing. I just think it was a slow burn compared to a rocket ship that Epic Games saw, and they're like, we're going to go make $4.2 billion in 1 year.
Well, you can't knock a company for Fortnite, right? That is, yeah.
Guys, the announcement for the date is very, very soon.
Oh my goodness.
It's coming.
It's coming, guys. So don't go out making misnomers and clipping that I said. We're going to make the announcement very soon. Absolutely.
You can't rush a
no pressure. I didn't say that. I swear. I swear.
Pressure in Huddy's mind. Just like, don't you dare. Don't say it.
He can feel
nightmares tonight.
I'm actually, yeah. Anyway, we're just gonna leave it at that about the pressure joke, because I don't know the guy. So
Pressure's a great dude, man.
Good.
Seems like an awesome guy.
You know what?
That's the goal. That's the only goal.
That's the goal.
Let's be real.
That's the goal.
I'll die happy after that.
Absolutely.
As much as people are afraid to message Fresher, because you ever see the movie Facebook or whatever it was?
Yes.
The Facebook movie?
Yeah.
You know when they're like, I'll go back to coding, and those guys are just with their headphones on coding?
Yeah.
That's how I picture Fresher in his office. Like that dude does not come up to breathe. He just codes. It's just like Fresher. We found these bugs. Okay, you get like two word replies, and then all right, this is fixed. This is fixed. This is fixed. This is fixed. This is what we're doing. And you're like, oh, like hey Fresher, you want to hang out? Must code. Must code.
Almost like a low like baloney tolerance, but like a real reliable guy.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
What's how you gotta
What
be,
up,
man. He's the
Wendy? What up,
project.
Seth?
He's the project manager. Of course, you gotta be like that. Imagine how much shit gets flown Fresher's way on a daily basis. Like, his position is definitely tough to say the least. He definitely has it a bit tough right now. So it looks like that might be the end of Act 1. It is ending a bit early, but Huddy, before we end Act 1, I want to go into the extra topic there, and I wanted to talk about the Strange Matter Studios giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
What is that giveaway? Here's your time to plug it in.
Well, you got less than a week. The giveaway is a new gaming computer. It's a computer that we purposely put together that also has the ability to upgrade. So we're trying to future-proof it for you as much as possible. Components may change a little bit depending on availability because we can't control what NZXT has in stock.
Yeah.
No, the date does not, but it's an i5 9600, the new socket set 1131, 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gig SSD,
Beautiful.
with a 1 terabyte hard drive, and a 2660 Super. So the reason for that was 70% of Paragon's fan base was on console. And there's a lot of people saying, oh, I don't have a computer that can play it anymore and this and that. So what we wanted to do with all the passion and all the love that everyone was giving us is this is our way of giving back a little bit and help spreading the word. So we're going to do that. And it's unfortunately because of shipping reasons, it's only eligible in the North America, right? Canada,
Canada and US
States.
only.
But so our UK fam, something may be in the works. I haven't got
By the
approval for it
next year,
yet.
you might get an EU
Just-
giveaway.
Guys, without us speaking for Huddy, I'm sure there's something on the way. Just give him some time to get it cooking, whatever that may be.
Depends how good EA does. No, I'm joking.
Hey, God, whoa.
No pressure. No
Whoa,
pressure.
whoa. That is a good point, though. How important is EA going it for full release and for future years to come, and for season 1, season 2, all of that stuff?
Oh, it's paramount. I mean, it's absolutely huge for us because it's what's going to dictate where we can go and what we can't do. And the amount of hype that's around the community has been absolutely amazing. We think we have a product that you guys are going to really like and really love. We're just trying to pretty it up a little bit. It's like, again, EA is not a finished product. There's still a ton of stuff
Absolutely.
that needs to get done.
Absolutely.
A lot's changing. I think you guys are going to notice a new layout on some stuff that you're going to really enjoy.
Oh,
But again, it's not finalized. It's going to be a lot being updated and changing during EA. What EA is going to do is going to allow us to possibly grow the team, bring in more talent to keep making it more and more, expanding on it, I guess is the best way to explain it, right? So I just the hardest part is what people remember. As much as V42 killed Paragon, it could have made it shit because it was like the third time they rebooted the game.
yeah.
It visually was stunning
It
at
was
that
I
point.
can say it didn't look beautiful.
well. Yeah.
What people don't realize is when I was playing Paragon when it first came out in 2016, it looked nothing like that. That's why, like in my opinion, when Monolith first dropped, like V40, 41 was when Paragon was at its best,
Mhm.
in my opinion. I
and-
loved it.
That's common opinion, even held by the three of us. Like
yeah.
early Monolith, that was prime Paragon.
That's really
dude.
the peak of when we were playing the most, anyways, together.
Mhm.
Nerds.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
To
not clicking
to to say, I personally think, arguably, version 42. So version 42 was a big overhaul for looks, but it was version 44 when they changed the map. That's when Fangtooth came back and all that jazz. Version 44, in my opinion, was the best looking game, period, for that year. That's just how it is. Like, it literally even rivaled a few PC games. It was definitely the best looking game on console. And has anyone ever seen Paragon Alpha footage? Because it's out there. It's out there.
Looks like shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can pull it up.
There's going to be a lot of small stuff that you guys notice when you see the testers starting to play the game again, because there has been some small internal testing going on.
Okay.
That you're going to notice that you're going to like, where it's starting to look a little like that. It's getting its soul. It's no longer bones.
It's no longer. Would you say with this new early access update, would you say it is still closer to Paragon or closer to something unique?
It's starting to separate itself.
Yeah. And you guys have made that clear from the get-go, because I've been in the Discord since December there now. You guys have made it clear from the get-go that is the goal as time goes on. Alrighty. So while we were waiting, I just found some alpha gameplay of Paragon, and I just want to throw it on the stream there for everyone to see. This is alpha gameplay where people were allowed to play, public testers were allowed to play the game.
What's
this
up,
is what it
Paragon
was.
community? My name is Zeke,
And my name's Mooney.
and we'd like to thank you for joining us for the first online test for Paragon. This first test is going to focus on checking our online infrastructure and matchmaking to make sure that it holds up to scale in the future. This means that the game is in early state, so systems, gameplay, and graphics are all a bit rough.
It's kind of like
So
a fever
you may
dream.
encounter different bugs, lag, imbalance, and probably longer than normal matchmaking time.
There's also no in-game tutorial, no in-game help. A lot of UI elements are incomplete,
Oh my God, I
and the
forgot
graphics
about the
are
ugly
far from where
skull.
we want them to be. Basically, we're giving it to you guys really early. If
Yeah.
you'd rather wait until
Oh, just
the
wait
game is
till you
more
see the
complete,
item
we
system.
totally understand. We totally get it. We'd love for you guys to join us early next year when we'll have a more polished experience.
All that being said, we're super excited to get Paragon in your hands. So let's go over some of the most important gameplay mechanics in Paragon. First, let's talk about leveling up. To level up an ability, hold the control key, and then the ability key you want to level up. You'll notice there's an indication on your HUD displaying which
Guys,
abilities
this was
you can level
before
up at any given
they
time.
introduced
which will
travel
allow you to
mode
customize
in
how you
Legacy.
Next up is itemization. If you hit the G key at base, you'll bring up the card menu. Here you can see all the cards and the amount of card points available to you based on your card XP level.
Those
I think
don't
we
look
look
like
See,
cards.
better
calm
than
down.
that already.
The team
I'm
is still
just
working
saying.
on them. To purchase a card,
I
click
agree.
the slot
I
you want to
agree.
put the card into.
See, this
and select
reminds
the
me of
card.
Windows Face.
Each
you
card
know?
is different
Just
and
like,
augments
oh,
your
God.
So, for anyone that doesn't know the story of Paragon, they had alpha weekends as well, or alpha weeks. So, this is gameplay from the second alpha week that they held for Paragon when it was closed. So, Paragon also had closed beta before it went free to play, and this was one of those weekends that they had, just like Fault had, and
Very
this is
different
what it
ways.
looked like.
You can also upgrade cards. To do this, click the card you want to upgrade, and you'll notice there will be new cards to select. Upgrading your cards will make
It's crazy how much it changes, man. But yeah, again, I
Probably.
want to be clear.
Also, if you take any damage
Early
at all
access
while
is
in
not
travel
going to be a
mode,
finished product. It's
It's
still going
not.
to be working. Lots going to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of testing. You guys are going to help us fix the game a lot during that early access and improve on it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I think that's a really exciting thing about it, honestly. Like, I can at least 100% speak for myself. The chance, the privilege to have some kind of input on how any kind of Paragon game ends up playing is actually a dream, considering how the game was for the last year of its life. And it felt like it didn't matter what we said or did. The game was just probably going to be something different by the end of the week. You know what I mean? But at least now it actually feels like something to look forward to, something that can be exciting, something that, will be helmed by a group of people that are really trying to truly make the best game that they can because they want to make the best game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be really big for EA.
It's going to be super big. And guys, I think that's what we're going to call the end of Act 1. We're going to go into Act 2 there, which is Full Say What? And for anyone that doesn't know, it's Huddy Say What on Twitter. Huddy, what is your Twitch? What is your Twitter? What are all your socials? Let the stream know what they are so they can go ahead and give you a follow.
It's Huddy GTV on Twitch, and Twitter is Huddy Say What? That goes back to my Xbox days. Oh my god. And yeah, Huddy GTV on Facebook, and I'm too old for Instagram. And then our community is powerlessgaming.com. It's just a non-toxic gaming community where you're not going to worry about any drama or headaches or anything like that. If you just want to get together and play games with adults, you're more than welcome to join. It's over 700 members. There's a lot of people in there. Just jump in a voice chat and people will start playing the games with you.
Absolutely. And that's on Discord, right? That Powerless Gaming?
Yes. Yep. You can go to powerlessgaming.com/Discord.
Awesome. So our topics that we have.
Burnt soap. Wow.
Our topics that we have for Act 2 here, we got Fault. How did you hear about it? We got marketing. We got Fulton Yay. I think we already covered the marketing thing, and that's okay. And we got a story from the HUD. So let's pop back into some gameplay there. And let's start with the first. Huddy, tell me about the dark days after Paragon. What did you do?
Wait. Before Huddy, sorry to interrupt you there, Huddy. Stranger, right before we get into that, we had someone hop into our little call here. I figure we should just point him out in case he has something he wants to say.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait
What
a minute.
up,
Wait a
flippity
minute.
flop, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy smokes, everyone. It is Norwegianator himself. He is one of the returning guests for Fault. We told him he can hop on in whenever he wants, and he is
You
here.
can't get rid of me.
He is here again. Norwegianator.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm
Honey,
out.
so good to hear your soundboard again.
Norwegianator on his way to becoming a co-host, honestly, at this point. He's here
I'm
every
trying.
time.
My foot's in the door and I'm not leaving.
It's a pretty exclusive club, we all grew up together. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of love. You gotta
I'm gonna replace.
share blood.
what you
I'm
gonna
your
do for
new
me? I
brother
need
now.
pizzas, man.
No, you have a new brother now.
You want to?
Uh-oh.
You want to?
Oh,
Oh boy. I was gonna say, honestly, if you want to impress Steven Chandler, the brothers, just buy him some pizza, and there you
is
go.
that what you were trying to do all those
You better
years?
put some
Trying to
pineapple.
impress us?
You know what? Only real man put pineapple on their pizza, and if you don't, you're just not a man.
Dude,
You gotta
Honey's
have,
spitting
you gotta
facts
have
out there.
fruit
Look
at
at
every
that.
meal, man. You know what I mean?
We're getting
the
into controversial opinions.
Wait a minute. You like pineapple? Okay, I like pineapple on my pizza. I can't even lie.
What's not to like? Salty and sweet combined? It's delicious.
Dude, a pineapple pepperoni pizza? Amazing.
That people who started that whole meme war about how you can't have pineapple pizza, they don't even know what they're talking about. They're literally just following the crowd. They don't have opinions.
Arnold's Pizza Shop. You want pepperoni pizza? That's cool.
Imagine
What?
being
Pepperoni,
that basic.
sausage,
Imagine being so
ham,
basic that you can
bacon.
enjoy a little sweetness in your life.
They're the same people that get headaches halfway through the day, yet eat no vegetables in their diet. Why is my head hurt all the time? I don't know. Eat an
Exactly.
apple.
No, man, that's too healthy. I'm in the
Oh.
car all day, crawling around. I'm the fat dude, right? I walk into people's homes, like, you got to go into my attic. I'm like, yes, I do. And you just see that little ladder, and it's like, oh no. You know, I'm just like, little ladder, please be strong.
I've never once looked at that little attic ladder and felt like safe. I'm always like, is this the day? Is today the day?
Yeah.
Honey, it is good to hear your voice again. Have
Don't worry, my friend.
have I missed any exclusive leaks while I've been gone?
He teased
just say
something. He teased something, and I already forgot what he said. And I was going to ask you about it. Anywho,
I said very soon.
Two
no.
words.
You said something else. You said
EA
something
date's going to
else.
be announced very soon.
We need a new emote, folks. We need a very soon emote now.
Slap that on top. Stranger, I'm pretty sure you're talking about the card artwork.
You're right. Huddy, are we getting
What?
card artwork for early access?
I can't comment on that. But most likely,
Okay.
it's changing slightly. It is being worked on. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Okay. So fair enough. Fair enough. So let's go into this. So what happened?
Oh, I already did it. Oh no! I thought that said very soon. No, it just said soon. Never mind. I'm gonna go back in my corner.
So, Huddy, what did you do after Paragon died?
Lots of alcohol, lots of cookies, and pizza. I cried. Honestly, I bounced around on a lot. There hasn't been anything that really grabbed me, like Paragon did, because I played a lot of real competitive games. Like, I used to play a lot of Gears of War very competitively, a couple of the Call of Duties. But like Paragon took me over, and I'm like, I want to play every day. Like I'm at work, I'm like, all right, if we go into the jungle and we hit this camp first, and then we go into this camp. But I bounced around. I did play a lot of Fortnite for a while. Then I pretty much settled on Rainbow Six Siege. Been playing a ton of Siege. And now it's just testing Fault and then playing a lot of Valorant. I don't know why I'm addicted to that, but Valorant.
Well,
How much money did I spend on Paragon? Let's just say there was a comma.
Wait a minute.
I spent about $200 on that.
We got ourselves a whale here, ladies and gentlemen.
whale.
Let's just say there was a comma in there.
Awesome. So how did you hear about Fault? How did you hear about Fault?
I don't remember. It was. I've been following like some of the other remakes for a while. Honestly, I think it was Sylphin. When he got brought on to the team and was telling me about it, and then I got interested and I started looking into it more and more. And then went there, and that was first or second week of November, right? Early November. I don't know where. And like I said, I may have nagged the hell out of Sylphin enough until I got into the tester role, right? A little bit before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me test. I'm like, I got a 2080 Ti. You need me to test. I want to test.
You know what? Ask Jacko one
Yeah,
day.
game rise up.
Ask Jacko one day how many times I bugged him about Tester.
I heard. We know.
Oh, they already know. That's not a good thing.
I think you're infamous at this point.
Oh,
you're a meme.
Infamous.
I'm a meme.
You're a mean
Stranger.
Gee, how many DMs you get from that stranger guy today? I got like 30.
What? No, I never did that. That's crazy. I did ask him though when it was Father's Day. I said, it is Father's Day. I would love to test your role.
Wow.
Any reason.
I did ask him that.
You know what? Respect. You had your arsenal. You knew what you had, and you used it. You got it, man.
I don't know if people know that yet. Anyway, I got it. I got it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still salty. I was a junior mod for 3 months. 3 months. And I was in there every single day. I was like the most active mod, and still all I heard was Drake best mod, and I don't get to be a tester.
It's not as fun as people think.
It's really not.
Don't worry, it's 100%.
Stranger walks up. It is. Stranger walks up for a week. A week he's junior mod. I'm like, yeah, you're a tester. Go ahead.
Like the last testing I did, which was this past weekend, it was literally 3.5 hours of us just trying to break the game.
Oh,
You're
you
not
mean like
playing.
when the devs were testing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were trying to break the game. It's cool running around with all the cheats, but when you have 99999999999 money and everything, you're like, nah.
Wait, what? That's kind of cool.
Nothing.
Wait. So that
Yes.
actually that poses a question. When we go into early access, if I run into you, you're not just gonna have 9999999 damage, are you?
How else do you expect him to get a kill?
Yeah. No, because the cheats aren't enabled on the public server. It's a separate. So when
On the
you're a
dev
tester,
servers, you have
there-
cheats.
there's a totally different build.
Yeah.
Like the public doesn't even see that build.
Yeah, just for stress tests and whatnot.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So you heard about Fault through Sylphin. That's pretty cool.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sylphin is a god among men. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I truly believe that.
I don't even think anyone would try to tell you otherwise. It's Sylphin.
It's
He is,
Sylphin.
he is Canadian, so we forgive him for
Wait,
that.
he's Canadian?
Oh,
That?
he
He
really?
has got another point.
Maybe for you, stranger.
Huddy,
maybe
if you
for
don't know, Stranger, Swole, and I were all from the same little town in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Oh my god, you poor SOBs.
right? Can you imagine being from made-up land, Canada?
Jeepers. Especially
Yeah,
Atlantic
you-
Canada. Ugh.
At least
be
if I put
excited-
my
you'd be
Monopoly
excited to
money
hear-
through the.
You'll be excited to hear that Fresher's from Canada too.
Yes,
Oh,
I know
really?
the Stranger Enter Studios is from Canada. I knew that already.
Sylphin is in the military service. You are correct.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. We're gonna get another video up. While we're doing that, Huddy, we already kind of hit on the marketing thing. So
Mhm.
I had a question to ask.
Yes, sir.
What you kind of already did this. What can you tell us about early access without you leaking anything or anything like that? Can you give us anything, like any kind of tease?
No.
Well, that's it.
No.
Well, we tried.
You're gonna love the new UI. Your mind's gonna blow when you see the amount of customization you're gonna be able to do.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Mhm.
Actually,
A lot of customization within the UI.
That's cool.
Now, am I allowed to ask? Is that Balix's role?
I think Balix does a little of everything.
Yeah. It's a
Mhm.
multi-tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Balix is like a Swift Army knife of nerdism. Being able to do a little this, a little that, a little this. You know.
You always want something like that on the team.
Balix on the Fault Journal web.
And I know you already. I know you already said this, but when it comes to EA, it is definitely not a final game. So, is there anything you need to tell the community about early access, just to make sure they're, for lack of better words, that they don't get their hopes up too high? Like, we're not going to be experiencing version 42 Paragon or version 41 Paragon. Are we?
41. Yeah.
The thing I will tell the community is get in there, play the game. If you find a bug, report it. Put it in there. If you have ideas on how you think the game can improve, put it in there. The team is always looking and listening to how they can improve the game, because one ear is always to the community at all times. And if it's possible, they're going to do it. We want you to go in. We want you to play the game. We want you to have fun. We want you to try different builds. And when you find stuff, report it, because that's what EA is all about, to go in, customize, and start building the game to how you envision it.
Yeah.
As a community.
And I
Yeah,
res-
to anyone listening that's not aware, this is early access. It's not full release, so expect there to be a couple of hiccups there. That's
It's
what we're
beta.
there for.
Early access is equivalent to beta.
Exactly.
And the other thing is, Fault will eventually be 100% free to play. So if you do not want to buy one of the 3 packs, we invite you to please wait. And when the game goes to full retail release, you can then play then and start rotating your heroes.
what was the choice? What was the thought process behind early access being pay to get it, kind of like any normal game?
That's not a question for me.
It's not a
I
question
don't-
for you.
Yeah, it's that's not my question.
Okay.
But it just helps the game grow, and where you can start getting investors and go from there.
Awesome. When EA comes out, or it gets announced. So this is a question I was going to ask earlier. Will there? You're not going to pull an Apex Legends and just drop the game,
No.
or you're not going to do that. Okay. So there will be
Nope.
some kind of announcement, whatever that may be, however that form may be, which we will find out eventually.
Very soon.
Are we gonna our dev streams gonna make a return once EA launches?
Very soon.
Very soon, TM.
Very soon, TM.
Ah,
It's happening.
I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't
Strangers
got Cam
dissecting
Winston
every
on,
single
we're
one of
good.
Sorry?
Stranger right now is dissecting every
Keep
single
him
word you're
with his
saying,
stuff.
Huddy. He's
That's
trying
fine.
to figure out everything he can.
That's
Keep
it.
Cam at
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's going to be there's going to be a lot of stuff flying at you very soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I want to. And how do you? I hope you don't mind that. Of course, like I'm gonna ask you anything that you, and if you can't answer, I'm sure you will. And if you can't, then you'll just say you
All right,
can't.
you know what? All right, I'm going to give you guys the date right now. All right, you guys want it? I just got authorization to give you the date.
Whoa.
Early
wait.
access is dropping.
Ah.
Got him.
You did
My
it.
little heart skipped for just a second. I was like, there's no way he's about to tell
The
us.
confidence.
But
The
deep
confidence.
down in my heart, I was hoping maybe this is it.
Strangers
Maybe
heard
this is
stop
it.
right then.
Where's the clip? Where's the clip?
I honestly held my breath and everything. I was like,
Where's the full
You
clip?
just took 5 lives off of me and Stranger's life. 5
honestly,
years.
honestly,
5 years off our life.
I'm gonna start smoking after that one. To be honest, like.
You're a god, Huddy. You give, but you also take.
It was good. It was good. I was.
How many people hit the clip button in chat? Be honest. How many people tried to get in there to hit that clip button?
I tripped running across the room to my PC.
Rolling around on the ground.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, no, Cyber Chief. Oh, okay.
jeez. Rough.
Wow. Anywho, we got debated, as they say. It's just as simple as that. So Huddy, when it came to the skins, you guys showed a lot of skins the last few days. You had a PC giveaway. You
We
shown
showing some skin.
you guys shown that the PC giveaway was happening. What else am I missing? I'm definitely missing something. You showed the PlayStation partner, step 1, and you also showed that all Paragon skins will be free.
Boris emote, the most important one.
Yeah, and the Boris emote, right?
Make sure you check out Boris emotes once you launch the game. There's your leak.
Oh my
Make sure
goodness.
you check out the Boris emotes once you launch the game.
Wait a minute. There's more, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here. There's more. There's more. There's some other kind of emote, or that's what I hope. Is
No,
what
I
you meant.
can actually expand on this. I know what he's talking about. Once you use that emote in game, it's like a Call of Duty nuke. You automatically win. The game's over.
Completely false.
Every time you log into a match, you automatically get like 5,000 EXP ahead of the
Completely
other
false. Mhm.
Hey, Haywoods, I think has a pretty interesting question here. We
What is
know that you've been releasing hero overviews for a while now, and we just recently, you just finished all 14 of them on Twitter. You've released all 14 heroes, including Sparrow. Am I correct?
Hang on.
Yes, sir.
I gotta pull it up. I want to show you
So-
guys a Strange Matter Studios comment that was left on that Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys had some theories.
Listen,
I know you
the
guys
real
had some
journalism.
theories. What was going to happen after the 14th hero? Oh boy, we're going to hope nothing shows up suspicious on top of
Uh-oh.
my Twitter right quick.
Scary times.
You don't want to go on the stranger's Twitter.
TOS. No!
That's never.
I want
a
to
good
show you
sign.
guys a comment if anyone hasn't seen it. Where is it? This is the 14th hero they have announced. Out of 14 heroes, they're very close now. And look what Strange Matter said. You guys may have been onto something. You guys see that? The community. You guys might be onto something. Maybe we're getting something soon. They know 14 heroes released. We're getting something. The 15th is it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Is it gonna be an EA release date? We aren't sure. Is it gonna be a 15th hero? Probably not. But we're on to something, guys. We're on to something. I had to mention it. So, Huddy, yes.
Oh, is there any truth to that, Huddy?
I'm
Like he's
sorry,
gonna
I tuned them
answer
out.
that.
What? No. Yes.
I'll take it.
Fresh
I'm
is holding
telling
a gun to his
You
head.
guys, I'm telling you. See, when you guys say this stuff in the Discord, I'm telling you, as Huddy said, they always have 1 year on the community. They're using our ideas, guys. I swear they do it, and they're doing it on purpose.
If you go in the stranger's room, it's just plastered with like pictures and like EA release dates and strings.
Honestly, if you look to my room right now, it looks like I'm trying to find a murderer.
Strangers, Charlie Day from Always Sunny.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm picturing.
It's yeah, soon.
Soon,
Go
soon,
TM.
So-
Yeah.
Very
It-
soon, TM.
A lot of it is soon.
Awesome.
Very soon. Like I said, it's very no BS, no bullcrap, anything like that. Very, very soon we should be announcing the date.
Awesome. I got a question for you. Do you expect to hit your window? Does Strange Matter expect to hit their window of late June, early July?
Yes.
Simple as that. Good. That's nice to know. So, how important is it for you over at Strange Matter Studios and the team when it comes to transparency? Because we do know that you do see it a lot in developing companies that they either don't have time or they just have a different vision than maybe what the community thinks. And I remember actually watching some video, for example, about the development team that creates zombies for Call of Duty. And they said, even that might not be what the community is asking for, since they have to build games 2 years in advance, they believe this is what the community will want in 2 years' time. So they don't always listen to them. But with Strange Matter, it seems that it really is all about what the community wants, not what you guys think is best. Do you believe, is that super important to you and Strange Matter, or?
Yeah, and I guess, and another way to, I guess, potentially word that is, not that, like, how much would you say, not like definitive number, but like how much of like, okay, this is our vision, is it compared to, okay, this is what the community is looking for? Like, how does that get balanced in decisions usually? And
It's tough. A lot of it is a discussion amongst the team. A lot of it is numbers. I know we all make fun of the old Paragon team,
You mean Cam
Epic team.
Winston?
We're like, oh, we're looking at the numbers. Yeah, but I can tell you we're not misplacing decimal points like a certain somebody who wore glasses and sat on the right couch at all times.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
Those are shots fired, ladies and gentlemen. You're here first.
but the community, it's very much how can we keep the game competitive, fresh, and ideas from the team. When I say the team, the community, how can we keep doing it? So when you guys ask for stuff and you guys say stuff, it is happening. It is being implemented into the team, into the game. I mean, look how many people have come on to the team from the community.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's insane. Like it's keep pumping them out, keep putting it in there. It is, but again, competitive balance and listening to community is some of the top priorities. Obviously, we're not going to put something in that's going to be it's going to ruin the competitive gameplay.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, how important is the game? Are you guys developing the game with the community in mind? And are you guys building it from a top down? So perspective, if that makes any sense.
We're hoping to keep a very high skill cap. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to be able to strive to be some of the best players out there, right? There's a reason why the top players get a ton of views and stuff like that, because you want to inspire. But I will tell you, the game is nothing without its foundation. So we are listening to everyone and trying to build it with everyone. But it's definitely high skill cap is very important to us as well.
It is, yeah. It is, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because there actually was a YouTube video put out 2 days ago, and someone just questioned that about how making a game for the top 1% is obviously beneficial. And no, I don't think anyone disagrees that you got to make a game from the top down. I don't think anyone disagrees with that, but there is definitely some people out there that believe it might be more important to try to make a game for the 99% than the 1%, since the 1% is the 1%. 99% of people won't be able to play a game and experience it the way they do.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Shot Cap. I'm sorry. I missed the mute button. No, but you're right. That's where it gets very difficult, right? Because you have to have a high skill cap, otherwise it becomes mind numbing, right?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
then you're just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And so it is difficult, and that's something that some of the other mobiles have done extremely well. I mean, it's you gotta find a little of both, and I think with Fault, I think the balance is going to be a strong community with a good MMR, good ranked mode, and hero that are easy to play, and heroes that are going to take a little bit of time to learn. And I think that's how you can do that, and putting combos together and building those metacoms,
I agree. I agree completely. And I'm one of those people as well that we just know that competitive keeps a game strong. It keeps the game super strong. It's super important. And I love that Strange Matter has that in mind, even though we might not see rank play right away, or might not see tournament play right away, or whatever it may be. But we do know that there is people on the staff team that have talked about that before. But I'm really happy that is in the game. And just to hit the topic there, do you think MMR is important even in casual for a MOBA?
I think a soft cap one, because the last thing you want is to have someone who's new playing the game running into
a top 1%,
a top 1% player, because then they're going to put the game down
and never play
and
again.
not want to play again.
Yeah, I agree. The only argument, if I completely agree, but if I was to argue the opposite point, I would say that not every game I play, I want it to be sweaty. And sometimes, no matter the second you put MMR in a game, that is what happens, if that makes any sense. But I also think
that's why we have Smurf accounts, my boy.
Oh,
yeah,
please stop.
But also not just that. I also think I come from a Call of Duty background. They didn't have MMR in public matches until literally the COD that's currently out right now. We don't know what the MMR is, but we know it's in the game. Like there is a matchmaking system of some kind. But with MOBAs, it's different. MOBAs just are inherently more competitive than Call of Duty ever will be, because I can be sitting there half asleep, and as long as I can point and shoot, I can still get a kill in Call of Duty. But in MOBAs, it doesn't work that way. I have to be able. I always have to be thinking. I always have to be there. There's a lot of concepts to learn as well. And I think it just makes the experience better overall if there is an MMR system, even if it is in casual. I just think I don't know how programming works, but if there is a way to have two different MMR systems, the casual one would be more open, or soft, as you said, to where the competitive one would be more strict and be a lot more detailed, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think, at least. That's
Sorry.
Yeah. That is my opinion.
I agree.
Awesome.
I concur.
I concur.
Well, Sockcap, I actually agree with Sockcap. Is that you always have to have MMR, right? But in casual, just make it hidden.
Yeah.
Make it so people can't go and see their score, so they're not trying to sweat their brains out, but at least they're scaled with the appropriate people.
Yeah, but like I agree with you, Norwegian Air. But then Agora.gg is going to be made, but it's going to be called Fault.gg. Like it's going to happen.
Yeah, but the only people that pay attention to that are the people that want to be sweaty regardless. And the problem with Paragon is that it didn't have ranked. Fault is going to have ranked.
That's true.
It all depends. We have to release the API for people to have that too. Who's to say we're going to do it?
Yeah, and also another.
I don't know. That's not me confirming we're not going to do it. I'm just.
Yeah, of course.
Also,
another option is that until we have ranked, maybe just show the top 100 or just the top 500, right? Those are the only people that need to see it. And that way, because those are the guys that are going to be, going hardcore regardless, because they're the best of the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is API for everyone that doesn't know what it is?
Stuff and information, and it does things.
Yeah. So it's
apple pineapple ingestion. Go back to the pizza.
Basically, API is data that's sent out from when you play the game, to simplify it as much as possible.
Yeah.
So it's data. Every time you're playing the game, it tracks your stats, and it goes from there. And if people have API access, they're able to track those stats and then utilize it however they choose to. Okay. So that's how sites like Agora.gg and stuff like that were tracking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I always thought it was interesting how it was done. I just never thought to look it up. But, cool.
It's like always incoming and outgoing data. I'm pretty sure is what it is, which is actually kind of awesome. So with it going into PlayStation as well, are we going to see PlayStation for early access?
PlayStation set for first. Well, when I say set, the goal is for 2021.
2021 Q1. Yeah, for full release.
Probably. It like I said, console is going to depend on how EA does.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got the first step for Sony. We got accepted into the partner program. The next step is to get the dev kit so we can start programming it onto PlayStation consoles.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
And yeah.
Because I figured like programming, like, I mean, I know nothing when it comes to like programming and coding and stuff like that. Like that's for a few of my other friends. But I would assume that like setting up a PC game would be, it just seems like it would be easier than like porting that over to something like a PlayStation, with it being like, I don't know why that just seems like a bit more of a tricky process, and one that require like you're saying, like how well EA does, how well full release does, like all that stuff, and the investment and the time and whatnot. Is it like a really big brain thing, like, okay, we did it on PC, now we have to put it over on PlayStation? Or is it like, would you assume like is it just worth it to us?
Well, 70% of the Paragon player base was console.
Yeah. And that's like a public fact.
As a business, it would not behoove us to not put the game there, right? And I'm using a double negative. But it would be better if we try to. Like, how hard is it going to be? I have no clue. I'm not a programmer. Yeah. I'm a marketing guy. Yeah. So we're working towards it. We're doing everything we can to get it done. We're taking the steps to get it on different consoles and go from there.
Yeah. Awesome. Sick. Sweet.
So, honey, we're getting close to the end of Act 2 there. So I just wanted to ask you if you could give us a story. Doesn't matter what it is. Just tell us something. Put us to sleep if that's what it means.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the Huddy GTV bedtime story. On this story, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna discuss how one loses his virginity. First step is a story. What do you want?
Give us like a casting story, a story from your teenage, young adult years of heading to LAN parties, like what not to do, what to do, like a decision you felt weird about at first, but you're really happy you went with it. Trust in your gut, that kind of stuff.
I guess one
Really
thing
funny.
I'll give you a life lesson story. Don't be an asshole, because you never know when you're gonna see that person again, and or what they can do for you down the road. Never try to burn down bridges. But to give you guys the story, I guess I'll go back to when I was shoutcasting Team Fortress Classic and Counter-Strike games. 19 years old, flew out to Dallas, Texas, never met anyone, only played games with these people, stayed out, different hotel rooms, hung out and partied. But the coolest thing was, so here I am, young buck, skinny little shit from Connecticut, and I'm walking down Dallas, and I'm like, my buddy grew up there, and he's laughing at me, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, what's going on? I go, he's like, what's wrong? I go, dude, I just got this crazy deja vu feeling. And he starts laughing. I'm like, what's so funny? And he's like, you really don't know where you are? I go, well, I know I'm in Dallas, but I don't know. And he goes, you really don't know? I go, no. And he goes, turn around and look. I was standing right where JFK got shot. So I was staring at the depository, looking at the depository, the grassy knoll, and everything. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Wow.
But yeah, I guess that's not a great story, but it's a fun story. I guess another one is, at one point on Xbox 360, I was in the top 100 ranked players in Gears of War.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was one of the things when I used to compete at the different LAN centers. Won a little bit of money from doing it too.
That's amazing. Have you ever played against Nick Merckx?
Maybe. Oh, I guess another one is another cool story is Summit, before he was Summit 1G, came to one of my tournaments I hosted back in the day. But that was before he was OG Summit.
Wow. No. So as a marketing manager, and with all your experience in this LAN stuff and being a content creator, is there any lessons, whether they be tough or not, that you have learned or self-taught over the years of doing all this stuff? Like,
Don't be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's funny because, like, you never know what other people are going through. You never know what they're doing and what they're dealing with. And if someone gets online and they want to play a game or talk to you or hang out with you, or they're trying to do something, and maybe they're not playing well or they're not doing something well, instead of screaming at them and saying, you suck, you're the reason why we lost the game, try to help them out a little bit. Some of the best friends I ever had in my life came from playing games. 2 people in my wedding party I met playing Team Fortress Classic.
Wow.
And then we're still good friends to these days. And it's just, talk to people, man. You never know what's going on with someone else. Talk to them, and you'd be surprised. My wife knows some of the guys I've been playing games with for the last 20 years.
Wow.
So
That's incredible.
It sounds cliche, it sounds stupid, but it's talk to someone, and that's where my entire stream and my community is all about, is just being a non-toxic gamer and playing games and not having to deal with that kind of crap, especially with all the stuff that's coming out now with all the sexual harassment and people abusing stuff. Is just be kind to people, man. You'll never know. You never know what someone else on the other side of that microphone is going through. And if you do that, you play games with people, you have a good time, you'll build some pretty amazing friendships through the years.
Yeah, I'm only 23. I'm almost 24, and I've actually been playing with the same people for over a decade now. Shout out to Krepton and Hoppy, or Wobbles, whatever. I don't know what his gamer tag is. Hunter. His name is Hunter. And shout out to those two. Of course, Brendan and Gabe as well. I've been playing with them for over 10 years, and I've told them they're coming. Like, whenever I get married, they're coming to my wedding. Even though they all live in USA, and one of them is currently in Japan because he's deployed there. with the Air Force. That might be a bit tough, but it'll happen. And it's kind of crazy because when I was 15, right? So when was I 15? How old was I? 2012, I think that was when I was 15.
You're such a young little snot. My daughter was born in 2012.
We're getting by the end of this stream, honey, you're gonna have to tell us what your age is.
I'm 37. I'm 37 years old.
He's, ladies and gentlemen, does that make you a boomer, like a real boomer, or are you just a Generation
No.
X?
He's a
F-off.
millennial.
No,
He's a
I'm a
millennial.
millennial, technically.
Millennial.
well,
I can't believe you called me a boomer. I mean,
yeah, we're just
That's
gonna roll
messed up.
past that ignorance. Uh,
Boomers are older than your parents.
yeah.
Please, no.
I'm so sorry, honey. I didn't mean it. Disrespect.
you called me a boomer, dude.
Yeah, we'll fire him after this. But honey, I'm just curious because it seems like you've been part of multiple gaming communities for quite a while now, and it's really inspiring to hear how you made all these connections. And I'm just curious, is this your first time sort of on the other side of the gaming development? You know, now you're with the devs and everything. Is this your first time doing that, or have you been part of other projects before?
Never in game development. I've been part of many of running tournaments and communities, but never in a game development before. No.
What's the change there for you? I guess because I'm assuming that now that you're one of the devs, quote unquote dev. How is it for you, like the cultural change and how you interact with everyone?
It doesn't change how I interact with the community much at all. Because I try to be the same person.
Yeah.
I try to be the person I don't know. I guess the biggest thing is I have a lot more respect for how much goes into a game now. Seeing
can
the
imagine.
amount of hours and time and what goes in to it, that's blown my mind by saying like it's very hard for me to come out and say a game is shit now because it's like you don't know how much love, tears, sweat,
Yeah.
sleepless nights, not seeing your wife or kid because you're coding or working on something goes into it. And
I'll even say that for the Paragon developers as well. I'm sure that there were many developers there that loved the game and had a great passion for it and had to watch it, go down the drain because of somebody else's decisions.
Yeah.
let me put it this way: when I was at TwitchCon 2018, so it will be 2 years this fall. I
Yeah.
ran into Chris Atlas, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I was like, "Hey man, how are you?" Loved Paragon, and he literally walked away from a group of people, separated from everyone, and we talked about Paragon for 20 minutes. And then
Wow.
it was just awesome. And then he was like, "I remember you." He goes, "You used to host the tournaments." I'm like, "Hey, nerd." But it was just so cool because he's sitting there, and then like it was cool because like even Myth came over and was talking about it for a little bit, and it was just the passion that these guys had for it was incredible. And it sucks because it's like right now I feel for the Mixer community and the content creators. They found out from a tweet that their platform's gone.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine how horrible is that.
The only two people that benefited from Mixer going down is Ninja and Shroud. Shroud got paid $10 million. Ninja got paid $30 million.
That's
them to leave.
rumored. None of that's confirmed.
Ah.
But yeah, no. So I'm sure that must be very different being on the other side of the fence now with Fault in development.
hard. I talked
Has it made you see the community any difference? Because once you're part of the community and you're seeing people asking the same question over and over again, it's sort of different when you're on the other side being the one that's being asked the questions, I assume.
It's very humbling to see how excited people are.
Yeah.
And it puts a lot of pressure on us, and it's welcome pressure. So please. The only thing we ask is be respectful to everyone. Don't have to, if people are talking about other games or something like that, don't get insulting to people.
Well, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's very humbling to see the passion. It's hard for me as someone who talks a lot and streams and always wants to keep talking because I have to bite my lip and not tell you guys stuff.
Yeah, I think I speak for Stranger as well, but even just being a moderator is very fun because you're helping hype up the community and you get to see people be excited and then just you have one conversation with them, tell them a little bit about fall, and then you see them stick around for the next month or two, in chat every day. It's very fun.
It's
And,
amazing.
and we're not even developers. And I
love it.
love it.
I literally tell Norwegianator like on a daily basis. I think my favorite thing is hyping up the community, and I'm only a mod, so like there's a lot I don't know really anything, to be honest.
Yeah, there's
But,
only
like,
so much you can do and say.
I really wish I could go out of the way and be like, like that rumor might, maybe you should keep it on. And like, I obviously know nothing, but like, I wish I could say that and like hype up the community, but I obviously can't. But just seeing every day, because now I'm monitoring the French chat, and to see like, Huddy, like I was in the French chat, they must have said 2 things a day, and now they say like 50 messages a day, and just to see like the community actually get hyped up and stuff is like super, super. It's honestly one of the best feelings in the world, at least for me.
I only know how to swear in French.
Pretty much what I know in most language. I'm sure you feel you just said it earlier, but you feel that way all the time. You wanna say everything, but you can't. It's in the best interest of the game to wait for the right timing.
Yeah,
It's tough.
It must be hard.
That's what she said.
Oh boy.
Indeed.
I'm watching The Office. I can't help it. It's better than me, man.
I've noticed.
Oh boy. So ever since you guys started releasing the ward skins, the hero skins and everything, there's 2 points I wanted to ask you about. Number one, there's a big problem where, and some people think that because you guys are releasing skins, you guys aren't spending time on developing the game for release.
Imagine thinking that.
People do think that, and some people are worried about it. And some of their worries are warranted because there has been a few Paragon remakes in the past that have flopped. So
two different teams.
Yeah.
So the coding guys are not doing the artwork. And the artwork team is busting out concepts like crazy, putting it in because that's the only way to fund the game. The servers aren't free. The artwork aren't free. The lighting people aren't free. The assets were released, but none of that super shiny stuff came with the assets.
It's true.
So we have to get that all programmed and paid for, until we get someone on the team that's able to do it. So that's how the game is going to fund itself and how it's going to grow.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that you got an opportunity to just make it clear to the community, for everyone that is watching. Just because they are developing skins and ward skin, whatever kind of cosmetic item that is in the game, it is not slowing down the development process of the game.
2 totally different departments.
Absolutely. And that's people just need to understand. I think a little bit of is excitement that has turned into impatience. I do believe some of it is that. And I think we all understand that. But at the same time, there is some people out there that they might only join the Discord, check general chat once a week, see someone say that, and then they believe that to be true. So I wanted to make sure that people that know that is not how it is. That is not how it is.
Absolutely, positively, 197%, 1,000,000,000% play the lotto. Has nothing to do with slowing down the development of the game. Two different departments.
Awesome. And that's what we like to see. And there's one final question I'm going to ask, and I'm sure I'm just going to get a soon TM for this Act 2. What can we expect on the marketing side for early access once early access launches?
You mean what type of marketing?
How many advertisements are we going to see you in?
See me in? Well, if you want the game to succeed, none. We're gonna put sock cap on it if we want to get all the.
Well, it seems that SockCap's proposing a good way of funding the game, and I'm not all against it.
Oh, jeepers, yeah, down there in chat.
I can see that. I think that might just work.
We're gonna do a sock cap and reverb pair commercial.
Sick.
You know,
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
you know,
I'd
reverb's
share
gonna,
that.
reverb's gonna be the before, sock cap's gonna be the after. You know?
What a bleak look into your future.
But to more on serious note, like obviously we're gonna see stuff about like the new heroes, whatever those are gonna be with the season pass, of course. But are we gonna see anything more that you have planned that you know about that you might be able to share or tease, or is it just all soon TM? You're gonna have to wait.
A lot of it you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna notice a lot of the small tweaks to how the game feels. You're gonna start seeing gameplay footage coming out. You're gonna start seeing the jungle get prettied up and getting its facelift. A lot of that stuff is gonna come during EA. More heroes are coming. I've seen a lot of kits. A lot, and so you're going to be very excited for that. All the old Paragon heroes are coming, all of them.
Wow.
Even Wukong, yes.
Oh boy. When's Crunch coming in the game?
Crunch when? Crunch when?
Every time you ask, they delay it another month.
No! Stranger, you need to stop asking, please.
He may or may not be a surprise.
Well.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I got a question that you just popped in my head.
No, I don't know. I'm joking.
Hang on.
I'm teasing all the crunch.
Hang on. No, Meek shows up in the chat.
knows.
Random meeting popped up in the
Did you
chat.
just smell Meeks in there? Is that what just happened?
He heard those 5 letters. He's like, what? No,
Crunch.
6 letters, my bad.
Where is
He's
it?
like, what?
Is there going to be heroes? Is there going to be heroes released in early access that are not a part of the season pass?
You mean season 0 pass?
Yeah,
I don't know the answer to that.
that's just something I just thought of. I haven't thought about that question before. So
I don't
it's kind
think
of
so.
cool. You don't think so?
I don't think so, but I don't know the answer, so I don't know.
It's to be determined. It may or may not happen at this point.
Actually, on that same note, I don't know if you know or if you're allowed to share, but the season pass was originally slated for June. Obviously, that doesn't look to be the case anymore. Are we going to be starting early access with 2 more heroes, or is the season pass being pushed back?
Most likely just being pushed back from. So, originally it was supposed to hit in June. So if it hits July, it'll be pushed back respectively, right?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the team right now isn't focused on adding more heroes. They're focused on making early access the best it can possibly be, right?
Yep.
Well, Kwong,
Yeah,
July
100%
is
correct.
not confirmed for season pass. That's not what Huddy's saying. It's
Yeah, no, I'm not. I was just using it as an example.
Yeah.
Just using it as an example.
I feel bad for you. We're coming out with so many questions. I'm sure you have to walk on eggshells to make sure that you're saying exactly the right things with everyone listening. You're doing a great job, though. We appreciate it.
You don't want to spoil the surprise.
Well,
Of
no,
course.
you got to realize we're a small company and a lot of stuff is fluid, right? So if we see something's working really well, we might release it early. If something's not working well, we might switch it up and do more. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
a
I
very
think
tough balance.
And I think that's to your guys' advantage at this point, honestly. Because all of this is new to a lot of people on the team. It's very hard to put any concrete dates on anything. Right now, you just have to kind of go with the flow and see what you guys are capable of with the given time, right?
Yeah. like I said, early access date to be announced very soon.
Oh,
Very
my
soon,
goodness,
TM.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You have no idea. Like my hair is standing up. I'm tingling when you say that. Like I'm ready. My whole being is ready for
Mhm.
early access.
Now, the thing I'm going to tell you is very soon is a relative term. So be patient.
What he says is that give it about 30 minutes.
Damn it! No.
Wow. Wow.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
So we're probably gonna call that at the end of Act 2. Do you guys have any more questions you'd like to ask SA Swole and Norwegianator before we move on to Act 3?
Huddy, how is your voice so deep and so buttery smooth?
Spent a lot of money on audio equipment.
Mm-hmm. So Huddy,
Looks like I'll be needing to spend a couple of thousand then.
it is customary for us to usually take a 5 to 10 minute break, but we always leave it up to the guest to the side. We can either take no break, take a 5-minute break if you have to go to the bathroom, 10-minute break between Act 2 and 3. What would you prefer?
I have to get to team practice, so no break.
Alrighty. No break. Alrighty, guys. So we're going to move on to Act 3 there. And the topic is, can you smell it? Can you smell it? What do I mean?
you smell?
Please.
La, 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 la. Early access.
I really hope we're talking about Fault Here, Stranger, or this is going to get in some weird territory.
Well, we're talking about Fault, obviously.
Oh, okay, good.
Huddy, if you had to describe Fault in any way, shape, or form in some kind of food, what would it be?
Pineapple pizza. Describe Fault as a food?
Yeah, why not? Like, what does it
Now we're
sound
getting
like?
the real.
Okay.
All Harry and Colonel.
Ready? A 45-day aged filet that's cooked perfectly rare at 125 degrees Fahrenheit with a baked potato, a little bit of sour cream, butter, and some cheddar cheese on top.
I was going to ask, the
With
cheese
some
is
aspar-
important.
With
You know
some
what you're talking
asparagus.
about.
Wow.
That's a big meal.
Done.
That's
Wow.
a big meal.
That honestly sounds delicious. I'm kind of hungry now, to be honest. I kind of wish I had asked that question.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to play Fault or eat a steak dinner.
Yeah.
What drink? A water, because this is a PG-13 stream.
True.
Nice.
True. So, guys, if you guys didn't know, we're just going to go back into it. What if Flip would flop, though? This is Stranger or Big Moves. And we're here with the Faultarian Journal with the Huddy stream. Huddy is the marketing manager for Strange Matter Studios for Fault as well. He's also a content creator. If for anyone that doesn't know, follow Huddy on Twitch, fellas, if you haven't already, and ladies, on twitch.tv/HuddyGTV and on Twitter at Twitter/HuddySayWhat. And yeah, we are here in Act 3 going. And Huddy, I heard something about you being a sound guy. I heard you're
What?
apparently, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is irrelevant or not irrelevant, but I heard you have a lot of experience with sound and
Well,
audio equipment.
On that topic, how much does it trigger you when he yells moose and the audio clips?
I won't. I'll be quiet.
We'll get into that.
I'll be quiet.
You'll be nice.
At least, you know what triggers me the most? People who do not know how to set up a noise gate, because I shouldn't have to hear you type every key. To me, that's almost as bad as chewing with your mouth open.
Oh, I feel like you're calling me out right now.
He just really
That's it.
called me out.
That is equivalent to chewing with your mouth open on the internet. I cannot stand that.
Is that internet etiquette?
Discord makes it so easy for you not to do that. You don't need anything fancy. Just fix it.
Huddy,
Like all the people who have to deal with it, you're welcome.
Huddy, I have the
Yo.
noise gate on Discord. Tell me if you can hear my keys right now.
Well, that's just because you're a potato and you don't know how to set it up.
Wow. Facts can be painful.
Wow.
Whoa.
Now, Jack, I got a bone to pick with you later. I didn't know it was a meme. Anywho, that's beside the point. I'm apparently a meme, dude. That's what Huddy said. Yeah. So Huddy, what is it true that you got some experience with sound? Or are you just good with sound? It's pretty good with sound.
You mentioned earlier into like DJing, and my ears kind of perked up with that because I myself am like a self-producing musician. Like I record things here in my room, like vocals, music, all that kind of stuff. Like, talk about that. That's really interesting to me, at least.
Audio. I mean, go and listen to any successful podcast, and you can hear the quality difference. Like audio is very important to me in my ears and my virgin ears. I try really hard to make mine sound as clean as possible and try to hide as much stuff as possible. Louder is not necessarily always better. You want to keep from clipping and have any digital distortion, which is the second worst thing you can possibly have. But it's just DJing for as long as I did, working in radio for as long as I did. It's just I want it to sound clean.
Absolutely. Would you say that me, SA, and Originator sound clean or not? Like, be honest. Be honest.
Who sounds the cleanest? This is SA. What's SA sound? It's SA okay?
You guys sound okay.
All nervous now.
You sound good.
I can feel the judging ears.
You sound good. Someone has a fan running in the background, but we won't talk about that.
It's hot as heck in my room.
Yeah. Nah, I think that's an Originator. I can hear it. I hear it.
It's definitely me. I turned it off.
No, it's definitely not you. It's
like
you guys gotta tell me if that's me.
I can have my air conditioning running, which is right behind my monitors, and you won't hear it.
Wow.
Jeepers. See, I want to be that good, man.
So what about me, Huddy? Stranger. How does Stranger sound? Is that me with? There is the dryer going on.
I hate you, Sockcap, so much. I truly hate you.
We'll have to get to that after this.
I gotta go.
You gotta go to practice. How do you gotta go to practice?
I got the Blue Yeti X. It's apparently like the best mic out there. So if I sound bad, it's just because I'm bad with the mic.
Like he said, you already confirmed as a potato.
Cyber Chief, the getting a good microphone is you don't need a sound card. Just get a decent microphone, and then a lot of it you can set up internally. And if you can afford it, I love the Goal XLR. It is one of the best mixers I've ever bought. Cause I like a digital signal. I don't want to go from digital to analog to digital. Try to keep it as much as possible. If not, Mackie Pro FX2 is a pretty decent digital mixer as well. Yeah, don't get a sound card. You don't need that. Sorry.
True. To be honest, I didn't even know. I didn't realize what the difference between analog and digital was until you said it just now. So
it was not questionable.
I knew what's sad.
Now we don't have too much time left, so Stranger, I know you had a few more questions.
Yeah, let's start with it. What is Cupcake?
We're not talking about that at this time.
Is that an off-stream topic?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Write that down.
Alrighty. So there was something I saw on the website.
Oh, Lord.
On the playfault.com website. Something that was mentioned, but we've seen nothing about it. I want to get some insight. There said, it is stated on the website that there will be announcer packs, HUD packs, and voice packs that will be purchasable. Is this true?
It says that on the website?
It says it on the website.
I haven't seen this.
I swear I'll pull it up and show you.
He's baiting you right now, Huddy. He's trying to trap you right now.
Hang on.
Snare you.
I'll get it up. I'll prove it to you. Just give me 1 second.
Watch, it's gonna be the comment section. It's gonna be some random.
Where are you?
I think he's making it up.
I'm serious. He's trying to trap you right now.
Look at this right here.
You're getting baited.
Right here.
Stay on your toes.
How will Fault be monetized? Currently, this is under construction, but there are potential voice packs, announcer packs, HUD skins, and more.
You're overlooking the potential.
Honestly, that word means nothing to me.
Mhm.
I think you've ever been more honest in your life, stranger.
So
No, but I give you credit. It was there. I have not read that. I don't even know how you caught that.
So is that happening? Yes or no? Is it just a idea?
I can't confirm or deny that statement.
That's understandable.
All right. Well, Huddy, is there anything else that you want to share with us? I know you got to get going. You're busy, man. You got team practice going on. Is there anything that you want to share with the community before you get going?
Please keep sharing all the information. Share with your friends. Put it out there. Let everyone know what's going on with Fault. It is not a Paragon remake. When you get in to play it with the item system and how everything is, it's going to feel a lot different. But I think you're going to be very happy with it. Give it a good shot. Give it a try.
And do you mind if I ask you one more question?
Sure thing.
What is your dream for Fault and for early access? What do you envision as a huge success, or just success in general?
Unprecedented growth.
Nice.
Just to keep growing and become sustained and turn into fill a freaking arena for a Fault tournament.
Oh, that would be so awesome. That would be so awesome. And Huddy, it does look like we're on to the last thing. This is a bit of a shorter stream, but that's all right with me. And I know you got a little bit more to do. Would you have time to do a little bit of a Q&A if anyone has a question in the chat there?
Yeah, you can. 5 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you got any questions to ask, it is time to ask now.
We got a
even
hot topic man here. Not a lot of time.
Let me see.
Well, you won't know until you hit 10K SMS Twitter followers. That's kind of the whole point there.
Team practice. I'm starting a comp team for Valorant.
Wow.
What will we share when we hit 10K followers on SMS? We're over 9K now. Keep it going.
Wow.
Keep making it.
When will we get to play the game? Soon.
Soon, TM.
Will there be regional pricing? Everything, all the pricing set as USD. Who are your favorite people you have come together with a nice well, that's for the Fault Hub Network. How many people wish listed it on Steam?
Reverb, you know you're the answer.
You gonna drop Valorant when Fall comes out? 100%.
Now, Fredo has probably the best question.
What is the airspeed velocity of
African or European?
God.
All right. Who is our favorite person? Reverb OP, everyone, of course. I love the whole team. There is no
Sockcap,
favorite.
you're just not dreaming high enough. Patton will come back.
Favorite sports team? New York Giants for football, Boston Red Sox, Boston Celtics, and I'm a season ticket holder to UConn basketball, men's basketball.
Nice.
And go blue, Michigan for college football.
Now, Huddy, are you going to be streaming when you practice, or is that private?
Yeah, I'll be streaming.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. You want to plug your Twitch one more time?
Twitch.tv/HuddyGTV.
How many people have wish list the game, if we're allowed to know?
A lot.
Have you seen like
At least
insurmountable
5.
growth over the past few months?
A lot.
A lot. TM.
All right.
Comma. In there.
Yes.
Have you heard about the hero Patton?
No.
Okay, he was an unreleased hero that was under the codename Patton in Paragon. That's what he
But
is.
we'll hold a whole movement for him. He'll gain in popularity. We'll
Yeah.
see it.
How many
So,
per average wish day? We can say there's a lot.
That's the kind of
A
info.
lot.
That's the kind of info. He
TM.
can't give out that kind of info, guys.
Guys,
Come on.
make sure that you're sharing the PC too. I really want one of you guys to win that PC. I truly, truly do. It's a really good computer.
Yeah.
It has an upgrade path on it to go higher. According to NZXT, it'll play Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, League of Legends, and what was the other one I tested on it? At max settings over 130 frames. So
Pretty good PC.
please.
And very generous of every one of you at Strange Matter Studios
Yankees
to
are bust.
engage with the community.
Dark. Sorry, man. I don't back cheaters.
And
The goal
Imagine.
it is set to come to console. Yes.
Huddy, it does look like we're kind of running out of steam on the questions there. So I got to ask you my final question.
Batman.
What do you what do you want the community to know? If there's anything you haven't said or already said, for anyone just tuned in, for early access, for Fault, and for your own personal content channel.
Guys, just keep building the hype, keep being respectful, keep bringing your ideas to the team. Please keep sharing it. Keep sharing your ideas, bring it to the team. Let us know what you want. It's going to come, and I can promise you it's not going on deaf ears.
Awesome.
I can promise you.
Awesome.
We're
Thanks
gonna
a bunch
see
for
you
being
over-
here, Huddy. This has been an awesome time getting to talk to you and ask you questions.
Thank you for your time, Huddy. I'll probably ask you to come on a journal again a few months into the future if you would like, but that is obviously to be determined. And thank you for your time again. You're
My
awesome.
pleasure, guys.
You're awesome.
It's always great to hear your voice, and we'll see you over at twitch.tv/HuddyGTV, correct?
Yes, sir. I love you guys. I see you guys soon, man. Good night,
All
everyone.
right.
Be safe.
Good night.
Hey, what a flippity flop, though. This is Stranger or Big Moose. This is the Faltarian Journal. We had the Huddy stream there today.
The man, the legend, the Huddy.
Make sure you go follow him on Twitter at Twitter/HuddySayWhat or Twitch.tv/HuddyGTV. He is currently about to be streaming some Valorant competitive if you're interested in that. To all the co-hosts here and Norwegianator, do you have anything you would like to say?
Well, first of all, to anybody who maybe wasn't here for the beginning, we have a bit of an alert going on. We've been upgraded from soon TM to very soon TM.
Yes, imminent soon, TM.
Imminent soon. We're now at code red.
Of course,
it's almost there.
To quote Huddy, that is relative, but just note, add a vary onto that. We're almost there. Whatever almost
There.
means.
Absolutely. And thank you for everyone that tuned in. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the subs. Everyone that is tuned in. We're going to be doing this again Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Unless there's some circumstances like yesterday, there was the Twitch blackout, so we obviously didn't stream, and we streamed today for Thursday. But unless there's an exception, that's when you can catch us next time. And stay tuned. And of course, guys, if you haven't already, join the Fault Hub Network Discord. It's just Discord, Fault Hub Network. Yeah. And as usual, we always end it with one final song. So let's do that. And then we're going to raid Huddy. Thank you, guys.
Immortal. That countdown you saw was just part of an old clip from Stranger. He was doing a 24-hour stream.
Yes.
Poor man,
We're-
24 hours.
We're still trying to get the 22, 23, 24-hour footage.
I'm trying to get the footage where I went like 15, 1, and 12 on him, and he won't release it. And I say we, the people, demand it, but we all have to speak up.
It's
we have to fight against the injustice of a stranger withholding this footage.
It's not happening. Anywho, thank you guys. We're going to go to one final song, and then we're going to do a raid.